Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are talking all about a natural family planning. I'm going to talk about the methods we use, what's worked for us, as well as a few other methods. You're going to hear my kids in the other room because it's quiet time, but it's not really quiet time. You guys get my drift. If you're new here, I have two toddlers. I have one that's 4 and one that's 2, and yeah, so we're very busy over here. We do a lot of mama content, we vlog, we do a lot of like parental kind of like sit down videos like this. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into this video. Now, also, if you're new here, we are really on a non-toxic journey when it comes to our lifestyle. So we've cut out so many things that are just toxic, not good, chemicals, all kinds of things. My glasses fogged up? I think they are. Hold on. Okay, a little bit better. I wanted to share a few of our methods with you guys if you guys are looking for natural family planning and how we do it. It's really simple, honestly, you guys, and I get asked about it often because if you guys know, I have like a whole series on my channel, a whole journey when I was on Nexplanon, got off of it, had a miscarriage, like it was just a lot, a miscarriage, a pregnancy, like all this stuff on Nexplanon. So that kind of leads us here to natural family planning. So I wanted to give you guys kind of an update and what we've been doing, what's been working for us, because no babies have happened since we started doing natural family planning, and it's been great. So it does work. It definitely does work. You just have to be very careful and mindful and very intentional about it. So let's go through a few things. This method also works for if you're trying to conceive as well. So that's really, really nice. So you can use it for trying to conceive as well as not trying to conceive. If you don't want any babies, this method works really good too, but you just want to be very intentional about it and keep track in your tracking. Make sense? It will make sense in a minute if you're new to it. So basically, natural family planning just means that you're not using any contraceptives that are not natural. So no birth control. You can use condoms, I believe, as well, but we don't really use any condoms because we just don't. They don't feel good. I actually have a latex allergy, so I am definitely not one for the whole condom thing. But if that's your jam, you go for it. And if that works for you guys, then hey, like, that's your jam, do it. But for us, it really doesn't work, so we don't do the condom thing. But you definitely can. So I was saying that we decided to do natural family planning because we did have a unwanted very unexpected pregnancy on Nexplanon, and it didn't end well. I have a whole series if you want to go watch that. I'm actually about to film an update on that because you guys have asked me how have I felt after, so I'm going to film that for you guys as well. That will probably be the last video in the series, but if you want to know more about that journey, you can go check that out on my channel. And so that kind of led us here to natural family planning. We knew we didn't want to do any more like birth controls or unnatural contraceptives. It just affected my body in so many ways. I was having really bad like depression and mood swings, and I just was not having a good time. I was having a lot of like extra bleeding throughout the month. It was just not a good time. That was just my experience. If you want to know more about it, like again, just go check out some of those videos. I have a whole series on it, even though I wasn't planning on doing a series. It just kind of turned into one because you guys had a lot of questions. So yeah, check that out if you want to know more, but that's kind of how we ended up here. So the first thing is, I would not recommend the natural family planning if your cycle is not regular. Your cycle definitely has to be regular for this to work. Otherwise, you could definitely have a lot of mishaps, a lot of accidents, a lot of oh no's kind of thing. You just want to be really mindful and careful that if your cycle isn't regular, I wouldn't do it. So how we started it was when I got off of Nexplanon, we kind of started it right away. However, they do suggest to track your cycle for a few months, and I tracked it on the Flow app. It's not sponsored or anything. I actually pay for it. I actually pay for it for the year, and I was not planning on that. It kind of just charged my account, so be careful with that. They do have a 3-month free trial. They have a whole bunch of different free trial options. I think it depends on when you sign up, but I did the 3-month trial, and then they charged my account because I forgot to cancel it. I'm one of those people that forgets to cancel their free trial, but I really do like it. It has so many options. You can chat with experts. It doesn't take place of a doctor though. I wouldn't say that, but you can chat with experts. You can learn all about the woman body and about your cycle. It has so many good things and features on that app. It also has like a side where if you're trying to conceive, that's great too. They have a whole thing for that, as well as if you are pregnant, they have a whole tracking system for that, and you know, tells you all about your baby's growth and all of it. So I absolutely love that about the Flow app. It's very versatile for like all women's stage of life, whether you're trying for a baby or not. It's just great. Or if you're pregnant already, I love that. So I use the Flow app, and I use that every month to track my cycle, mark when I'm about to start, when I ended. Also, you can mark all of your symptoms, which I love that too. Like, I have been getting really bad headaches over the last few months. When it comes to ovulation time, I get really bad headaches, as well as during my period time, I get cramps and headaches. So I have been marking all of my signs, as well as bloating and all of those just not fun symptoms of being a woman every month. I get those, and I put them in the app, and basically me and Flo talk about it. We have little conversations back and forth about the symptoms I'm having, why I'm having them. Also, they send me heads up for what I might be feeling in the next coming days of my cycle. So that's really, really nice too. So I find that very helpful, and it just kind of reminds me, like, I'll be doing stuff and I'll be like, oh, I'm getting a headache, and then I realize that the reason why I'm getting a headache is it's that time. And you know, it just keeps me aware of my cycle and tracking. So tracking is very important. So again, if your cycle isn't regular, I don't recommend to do natural family planning. So you want to make sure, step one, your cycle is regular. If you're just getting off of birth control, track it for the first few months and see if it's regular. It should be about 27 days, I believe, 25, 27 days, around there, maybe even to 30 days is a normal cycle. Flow will tell you. Download the Flow app or any app, and they will tell you like what your normal cycle should be. But mine is normal and very regular right now. So there's so many different methods that you can do. So there's the bead method, which is really, really nice. And I haven't really done this too much, but this is supposed to be your period day. I just use the Flow app, but if you didn't want to use an app, this is really good too. So you put your bead, you put the ring on whatever day you're on, and this is your ovulation. I haven't used these too much, but I have heard really good things about them. So these are supposed to be like your regular days, your period day, and then ovulation. So these are really cool, really nice, really different. I got these from Planned Parenthood and was like not knowing how to use them at first, but I have used them a few times and they're cool. But I like the app because the app is easy. It's on my phone. It's just there. Something else you can do to help confirm your ovulation, if you're trying to learn how to track it, are these ovulation tests. I'm going to open one up. This is from Easy at Home Test. These are from Amazon. It also comes with pregnancy tests. You could just buy ovulation if you want to, but I think it's always good to have pregnancy tests on hand. So I use these. This one's ovulation, and the pregnancy ones are pink. I have used those several times and got lots of positives on those. But these work really good, and I hear they actually have an app. I've never used it, but you take a picture of it and it tells you exactly what your results are. I just learned how to read them, and they're really simple. So if you also want to learn how to track your ovulation easily, strips are really nice. They work really well. I have the testing method, the bead method, and your tracking method so far. Okay, so something else is your discharge. You can always tell by your discharge, which is really nice. Flow or any app for tracking your women cycle will be able to tell you, like, if it's really mucusy. Sorry, TMI, but if you clicked on this video, I mean, you already knew there was going to be some TMI, right? We're talking about the women's body. So if your mucus is more like, oh, by the way, I'm not any doctor or any medical professional. This is all just from my personal experience and the research that I've done. Just wanted to put that out there too. So anyway, so your cervical mucus should be like sticky, kind of like egg white-y looking, as well as just like runny. Different times of the month it'll be different, but at least for me, it's like really sticky, kind of just like gross, clear, has a little bit of that egg white looking feel. So I always know when that happens that ovulation is right around the corner and I need to be careful. Unless you want a baby, then go for it. But I need to be careful when I start seeing a lot of discharge and a lot of mucus. Then I know that the time is near and we need to be a little bit more careful for sure, if not a lot more careful. They're currently not trying to have any more babies right now. Life is already a lot. 2 kids are a handful, more than 2 handfuls. So we're just like waiting till we feel like the time is right, in God's time, all of that. So we are not trying for a baby right now. Okay, so something else that you can do, another method, is the temperature method, which is really nice. They have these little thermometers you can get on Amazon. I've seen them. We haven't done this method, but I heard it's good. Around a certain time of the month when you are about to ovulate, you have a higher temperature, and that's how you know to kind of be careful. And just be careful during that time, because that's your very fertile window. So that's another method if you want to try that one out. We have personally not tried that one out, but I think it's a good way if you want to, you know, not be on birth control, or don't want to do the bead method or the discharge method or the tracking method. So that's something else to consider, to look up more research on, is the temperature method, to just track your temperature and see kind of when it goes up and down. You want to track it, I believe, first thing in the morning. But again, I haven't done that method, so definitely go look more research if you're interested in that one. So yeah, again, it also, when you're tracking your ovulation, it's really nice because when you are ready to conceive again, you can definitely use all these methods to conceive. So it works both ways, to not conceive and conceive. So I really do like that. It's really simple. Is it scary? I always get that question too. And it's honestly, at first I was very scared and concerned, like what if we mess up? Like, we are not trying to have any more kids right now. But it's been great, and honestly, I do not regret it at all. I absolutely love doing natural family planning. It's been great. We have had no problems with it. We're very consistent and intentional about keeping up with it. And when the time is right, if it ever is right again, God willing, then maybe we will reverse it and use it to conceive again. But as of right now, that is not the place in life where we are at, and that's totally fine, but you can use it that way. So it was scary at first, but honestly, I have no regrets, and I love it. And I love being off of any kind of like drug or birth control, any kind of all of that. Like, it works for some people, but it just didn't work for me. So if you're one of those people that just doesn't want to take birth control, this is a great thing to consider. It is scary at first, but like I said, as long as you're intentional and very tuned in to your body, I think it's great. That's another benefit about this whole natural family planning thing, is you really get to know your body as a woman and what different stages you are in throughout the month. And I really, really like that, just becoming way more in tune with your body. And I think that's a beautiful thing overall. And all of us women should know more about what's going on the inside. And I love that. So that's a huge plus to all of this as well. So if you guys have any questions, again, I am not a doctor. I am not any kind of health professional, but if you want to ask me questions from my personal experience, I am more than happy to answer them down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you guys learned a few different natural family planning methods that you can maybe put to the test or try or do more research. I definitely encourage you guys to do more research, because this video probably just isn't enough if you want to really dive deep into natural family planning. But this is what works for us. I just use the Flow app, and it's very simple. Tells you so much information about yourself. Again, not sponsored, but I really, really recommend the Flow app. I know they have My Days and a few other apps as well that are completely free, but I really like the Flow app. There's so many different things that it offers you, and you can chat with live people and ask questions, and they really try to like get to why you're feeling the way you're feeling, all the symptoms and everything. So I just love that. I genuinely love that app for all of those different reasons. I just think it's a great women's app for any stage of life that you're in. Again, you can be just wanting to track your ovulation, your cycle. You could be trying to conceive as well as already be pregnant. All of those things, stages of life, that app is great for. So if you guys want to give it a shot, download it, see how it goes. There's free trials. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.